Hello everyone, I'm Bruffy1322 and welcome to the final month of subscription box unboxings. That's right, it is the final ever month. I am calling time on this series for the reasons of which I'm going to explain at the very end of the video. But we are going to be going out with a bang because we've got 9 boxes to review this month, and it includes one variation of every single box that we've ever done on this series. So all the past boxes are coming back, and we've got one brand new box as well. So we are going out with a bang since we've got 9 boxes to go through. Let's not waste any time and get straight into it. So first up, we've got Loot Crate, the classic, the one that started it all off. Let's see what they've got this month for March. First up is an X-Men Logan Wolverine figure, Metals die-cast Loot Crate exclusive. This actually feels very heavy. This is an impressive figure actually. It is metal. It's die-cast figure. You've got different variants that you could get on the back, but this is a Loot Crate exclusive, so it's Logan Wolverine, which I'm imagining is a special variant. That's actually a really nice figure. That's probably, with it being an exclusive as well, and the weightiness of it, that's probably one of the best figures that we've ever had in one of these boxes. Really good. The theme for Loot Crate this month is Primal, and that is shown in the t-shirt. It's an interesting design. It's okay. It doesn't speak to me too much, but I always say with these boxes, the t-shirts do give you a lot of the value. There you go. There's the pin for this month. Again, you get a little bit of extra added sort of downloadable content, they call it, with that, but it's normally just nothing too special. Next up is this Predator bottle opener. That's pretty cool. I like that. All the items usually from Loot Crate are exclusive, so the only way to get them is in these boxes, and I always give an extra point for that in the ratings at the end. But yeah, a quality bottle opener, feels weighty as well. So yeah, another quality item. And the final item, Do Not Touch Fence, electrified fence throughout the park. It's a Jurassic World sort of metal raptor fence sign. Pretty cool. I quite like that. It's nice. Again, an exclusive, because it's from Loot Crate, and all the items from Loot Crate are exclusive. But that's it. That is the final item. That's all we get. The box does fold out into sort of a dinosaur type thing. I'm not going to bother to do that. And there are 3 different variants actually of the figure. That is very close to being a 10. That might end up getting a 10 in the ratings, but those are the 3 different variants you could have gotten. Obviously, with them being exclusive as well, they get the maximum score that anything can get at the end of the video is 7, and then I give an extra point if it's particularly high quality, if it's an exclusive item to the box, and if it gets some variety. I think we've only ever had 1 score of 10 before, so maybe we're going out with a score of 10 as well after all these months of doing this. But yeah, not too many items from Loot Crate again, but the items that were in there were very high quality. So next up, we've got Geek Fuel, another classic, big box this month, so we'll see what they've got. Always nicely packaged with the Geek Fuel stuff. I think I say that every single time. First of all, I see the pin, and they've been doing something really special with the pins, and I really do like it. Epic Enamos Power Rangers pin with this. I really like the idea that they do with this. It's a lot better than just the standard pins that you get chucked into other variations. But yeah, that's the Black Rover, as it's called. You can collect different variations, and a special rare green Rover as well. It's a Power Rangers crossover with the Geek Fuel logo. It's what happens with that. So yeah, really good. I really like the pins. They've definitely upped their game with that. There is no theme with Geek Fuel lists every month. They just send you a lot of geeky goodies, and this is obviously a Guardians of the Galaxy themed t-shirt. Again, it's kind of understated t-shirt wise. They're same as the Loot Crate one, but it's a nice design. So next up, we've got this Magical Elixir Lamp. With this Magical Elixir Lamp, you'll be able to cast enchanting spells and conjure up extraordinary incarnations in the comfort of your home or office. Watch as your XP soars while you invoke all 8 hypnotizing colours of the wondrous kingdom. So it looks like it's a lamp, which is, again, pretty good. Geek Fuel do tend to do this sort of stuff. They'll give you some weird and wonderful things, and things that you don't really expect to get in these boxes. And there you go. Would you look at that? So I'm absolutely amazed that you get something like this in one of these boxes. This is glass. This is proper glass bottle, and then there's obviously something in the bottom, and you get it on this base which has a light in it, and it just goes through different colors. And as you can see, it's sort of, I don't know where you can see very well in the light, but it does go through sort of different colors: red, green, blues. Well impressed that you get something like that in one of these boxes. Actually, that's a really high quality item, gotta say. Next up, we've got a gift card Steam code for Starwood Rogue. They always include a game every single month with Geek Fuel, a Steam game that you can download. They're okay, they're not too bad, but they're never that, they're never AAA games or anything like that. But yeah, you get a game with your Geek Fuel. And finally, in Geek Fuel this month, we got this Guardians of the Galaxy print. Quite nice, actually. Nice design, and a certificate of authenticity as well. It's a Geek Fuel exclusive, and it was specifically done a limited edition just to the box. So yeah, some really nice items actually from Geek Fuel. I'm very impressed, and we've always been very impressed with Geek Fuel. I think as we've done all of these unboxings, Geek Fuel have been one of the standouts of having really good stuff most of the time. Next up, we've got Super Geek Box. One of the main issues I always had with Super Geek Box in the past was that they never changed the size of the boxes, similar to Wootbox, and that meant that they were limited on the kind of stuff that they could put in. You might notice already that this box is bigger than what they normally do, because they've changed their way of doing that, and now they're changing the size of the boxes, they're including more stuff, they're getting better, so it's good to see that improvement. So we start with a t-shirt in a tightly packed box of stuff. This is obviously a crossover between Deadpool and Power Rangers. Pretty nice design, it's pretty cute, I like that. And it seems the theme of this month is Unite, and we've got another Power Rangers figure here, a Dobbs figure, and that is cute. Look at him. These Dobbs figures are adorable, as they're meant to be, but Blue Ranger, and I imagine you could have gotten any variety of different types, so that's an extra point there for having some variety. Next up, we've got a blind bag, Mighty Morphin Power Rangers pint-sized heroes, so you can get any one of these. We'll see what we get in this one. But again, it's good when they include these different variations of things where you're not all the boxes aren't the same, where you get some variety of things in there as well. And we got the Red Ranger. There he is. And these are quite cute. These are quite nice figures, actually. Yeah, I like those. Next up is this Boks Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles Plush Ball series. So, interesting. We'll see what's in here. I mean, it's a big box. You wouldn't have been able to get one of these in the old size of Super Geek box. Look at that. That's pretty good. I'm guessing, once again, I got Leonardo. I'm guessing you could have got any of them. So, and an extra point for variety on all the items that we've seen so far. But yeah, that's pretty. That's good. I like that. That's the kind of thing that I think these boxes are good for. Just fun little items like that you wouldn't normally see. That is the pin for Super Geek Box this month. I do actually like the design on it. Obviously, Unite is the theme. Power Rangers and Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles on there. But yeah, I mean, we got one more item, but I'm pretty impressed with Super Geek Box. The new look Super Geek Box. This is quite an interesting wall art set. Nerd Create Ninja Shadows. So it's a few. We'll have a look at them. So these are a Super Geek Box exclusive, and we've got one for each of the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. They're actually really nice designs, actually. I've got to say that's probably one of the best Super Geek Box boxes that we've ever had. Really impressed with that one, and I really like the new way that they've gone with this. They've included good items with a lot of variety, and the new size of boxes is a lot better. Such an improvement over the previous boxes, and yeah, really impressed with Super Geek Box this month. Next up is Wootbox. Let's see what they've got this month. This is pretty cute immediately. Look at him. Tails, Sonic Boom. I'm guessing that there was probably variations of this as well, and you could have gotten Sonic or someone else. Let's have a look, actually. Yeah, you could have gotten one of 4 here, but yeah, pretty nice little plush item for one of these boxes. Have a look at the t-shirt next. So that's the t-shirt for this month. Interesting crossover, interesting designs, I think, from the t-shirts from all the boxes this month. But yeah, not too bad again. That's the pin for this month, the theme being team. Yeah, bog standard pin like they always generally do. Next up is a Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle sticker set. Pretty nice designs. Just one of those sort of filler items that you get in these boxes, but yeah, that's not too bad. Another sort of filler type item, Adventure Time poster. Interesting that it's kind of made to look like a book and it's got the fold down the inside. But yeah, again, another sort of filler thing, but pretty interesting. And wow, I haven't seen one of these in a while. This is technically labelled as a mutant slap bracelet. You can see sort of all the design of that with all the different characters. And the idea with these is that you slap them on your wrist and see if it works with the wrapping. There we go. That's what you do. Again, kind of another filler item. That's not exactly something that I'm necessarily gonna be using, but you know, it's pretty standard one-up box type stuff. It's okay, but it's certainly not on the level of the first 3 boxes that we've seen. So, 5th box. This will be halfway through this crazy bumper edition of this. Legend straight away. Magazine is on top, so Legend is the theme for Wootbox this month. So first up is this Dragon Ball Z pop figure. Again, probably some level of exclusivity with this, whether it is completely Wootbox exclusive or it was exclusive elsewhere and Wootbox also get it. But you know, they're always solid things to get, especially if they are some level of exclusivity as well. Oh my god, I love this t-shirt. That's the t-shirt from Wootbox this month. That is just so good. The original Sonic the Hedgehog logo from the start of the original game on a t-shirt. Yeah, I'm having that. I'm wearing it all the time. It's so good. And next up we've got this, which according to what it says is a magnet badge, so it's actually magnetized on the back. You know, that's okay. Again, another one of those sort of filler items. Next up, some Game of Thrones shot glasses. Not the sort of thing for me, to be honest, but I'm guessing there'd probably be a lot of people who would quite like these. So, you know, that's a good quality item, getting some shot glasses as well, you know, nice stuff. And finally, this actually is a Wootbox exclusive painting, Zelda painting. It's pretty nice, you know. Yeah, it's one of those sort of very original items to get in one of these boxes. Really, really good stuff. Yeah, that's nice. I will say quickly that the painting and the magnetic badge and the t-shirt were all exclusive Wootbox items. The other 2 items weren't exclusive to Wootbox, so they won't be getting the extra point for that. Even though they did slap their sticker on there, doesn't make it exclusive. Next up, we've got Launch Box, and the reason that I'm showing you it this way instead of how I normally show it is because it came with this slapped on the front. So there's one item straight away, this Breaking Bad mask. But I guess they couldn't fit it in the box, so they just put it on top of the box, which makes sense. So first up, we've got these scalers, they're called, and this is Wolverine. I'm guessing you could get different variations of this, and quite an interesting idea. The idea being that you can sort of put them on headphones or around various different chains or things and cables and whatnot, and they'll grab onto it and sort of hang from that thing. So, you know, interesting. I've never seen something like that before. Next up is a Terminator action figure. I've seen these reaction figures before in a previous box, in a previous month. They're okay. You know, they're not too bad. Nice little figure. More cardboard on the packaging than figure, but, you know, nevertheless. Next up, we've got this Call of Duty Black Ops 3 keyring. Pretty good quality, actually. That's sort of relatively heavy. It's good solid metal. That's a nice little item, that. Next up is this Assassin's Creed Unity bracelet. wristband type thing. Again, I like that there's quite a few gaming items in this one. That is the chip for this month. That is Launchbox's variation of a badge. I always like those. They're pretty cool. They're a lot cooler than just a, you know, it's tiny plastic badge. But we'll have a look at the t-shirt as the final item, and it is Suicide Squad Joker styled t-shirt. Again, good design, nice stuff. Damaged on the top of there, but yeah, that's it for Launchbox. But I think some better stuff in this month from Launchbox than what we've seen from previous months in terms of the type of items in there. And yeah, some interesting stuff again. Okay, so are you still with me? There's 3 more still to go. ZBOX is up next. Let's see what they put in this one. The theme for ZBOX this month is Anarchy, and that's another cool design again for the t-shirt. The t-shirts have been a little bit different this month for some reason. It must just be coincidence that they've all been a little bit different, but yeah, some interesting designs and not sort of the cartoony, funny design that we normally get from these t-shirts. Next up are a set of Doom badges. You know, they're not too bad. You get a fair few of them as well in that, 6 badges. If you like Doom, they will be not too bad, I guess. Next up we have a poster which has the same design as the t-shirt. I question the sort of value of this. You know, if you've got the same design on the t-shirt, is it kind of just reusing a bit of artwork to get an extra item? But you know, it's okay. At least it was rolled up rather than folded or anything. But yeah, we've already got that design on a t-shirt, so do we really need it again? Next up, quite a nice figure. This is Justice League of America Deathstroke figure by XX-Ray, which I've never really heard of. I've never seen these sort of figures before, but you know, looking at it, it does seem quite a good figure. Yeah, pretty decent to get. And the final item is this Judge Dredd helmet. That's pretty cool, actually. I like that. It's a shame how it's been packaged, like it's just kind of been shoved in, so the box is bent and everything. But you know, as an item, that's quite cool, and I do like the movie Judge Dredd, the original anyway. And yeah, it's a nice item to have. And that's it for ZBOX this month. Next up is the return of my Geek Box, the biggest box of all of them so far. And the 1 or 2 times that we've had my Geek Box on these review videos hasn't done very well at all. And one of the most ridiculous items that we've ever had in these boxes unboxings came from my Geek Box in one of the previous episodes, but we'll see if it can redeem itself for the final episode of this series. It's not looking likely, first of all. Big old box, as I said, but it's only half full, so why not just give us a smaller box? I don't know. Anyway, so first up, we've got the t-shirt. I quite like the design of it. I wish they didn't put it on white. I feel like white is the worst colour you could pick for a t-shirt for these kind of boxes. You know, even a grey would be better than white. But it's an interesting design nevertheless. So this is something new. It's kind of like a blind bag for figures that you normally get, but for posters. So there are 2 mini posters inside of here. We'll open it up and see what we got. So they are Batman themed posters. That's the first one that we got, and that's the second one that we got. Yeah, not too bad. Interesting idea, interesting concept to have a blind box for posters. But I kind of feel like you buy a poster because that's the kind of thing that you want to have on your wall. Does that really work with, you know, a mystery poster? I don't know. But yeah, they're still nice posters, and good to have that variety there that you could have gotten something different. Next up is this Aquaman figure. I'm almost certain we've had something similar to this before. But in a previous box, you know, it's okay. It's a figure. Yeah, I not an awful lot more to say about it. It's okay. Nothing too special. Next up, we've got this Vikings card holder. It's only got slots for 2 cards, so how useful this is, I don't know. But, you know, it's something. It's a filler item. My Geek Box are doing a lot better in terms of the number of items that they've got in this one, at the very least. 2 more to go. First up with this Flash Gordon print. And again, another sort of filler item, but at least you're getting a bit more stuff. And the final item is this comic book. And, you know, relatively decent quality, pretty thick. So I think my Geek Box are going to score better than they have ever done. Whether they're going to be, when you compare it to all the other boxes that we've seen, is it really up there in terms of would you rather pay your money for this or some of the others? I would personally rather have some of the others, but at least they've redeemed themselves a little bit from previous weeks where we featured this box, and it's been absolutely horrible, to be honest. So yeah, they have redeemed themselves a little bit in that respect. And the final box is a brand new one. It's the only time we're ever going to see this box on a video for this series, since this is the last video. It's Nerd Block. This is actually the gamer block, and they've got two types of gamer block. One is E for everyone and one is M for mature. Under the Nerd Block family, Nerd Block is sort of the classic one, like Loot Crate, for example, and then they've got different variations, anime, I think, or gamer, science, sci-fi, something like that. I went for the gamer block, so we'll see what they've got in this one. There's the t-shirt from Nerd Block. That's pretty cute. Yeah, I say that the ghosts from different games reading spooky stories and being unhappy about it. That's a cute t-shirt. I like that. Good start. By far the biggest thing is this virtual reality headset. It's one of those sort of it's not exactly an HTC Vive or anything, but it's one of those where you put your phone in it, and quite what the use of it is, it probably depends on the kind of things that you can find to do with it. It's okay. I probably would have preferred something else. That whatever expense this was for them to put this in this box, I bet they could have gotten something a bit better than this, because it's just one of those standard things. But hey, it's a virtual reality headset in one of these boxes. That's pretty impressive. That is the pin for Nerd Block this month. It's a pretty decent design. I mean, it's a lot better than the sort of standard pins that you get from, say, Wootbox or Super Geek Box. It's kind of, on the same sort of level as what you get from Loot Crate and things like that. So, pretty decent. Next up, some Five Nights at Freddy's socks. Yeah, they're socks. They can be used. They work. Interesting next item. Super Mario Brothers multi-tool, collector's edition multi-tool. Screwdrivers, bottle opener, keyring. So I mean, it's not that much of a multi-tool, but it's a pretty cool item, with OG Super Mario there, and then you can, do stuff with the multi-tool. It's pretty cool. And the final item, similar to Geek Fuel, is a game. They give away a game. I don't know whether they do this regularly every month or whether it's just a one-off for this month, but Den, frenetic and chaotic space shooter, carved in big beautiful pixels with insane boss battles. So, interesting. I guess it makes sense that they give a game away for a gamer block. But that's the only time we're ever going to see a gamer block, a nerd block, because that's the end of these unboxing videos in this series. But I think that's pretty good, and it's nice to sort of have finished this off with such a huge amount of boxes, and also one brand new box in addition to every other box that we've ever reviewed. But now finally, for the last time, we're going to go through all the reviews and all the scores for all the boxes, see which one came out on top for this month. So we start with Loot Crate, and only the second time ever that an item has gotten a score of 10. That die-cast figure really did deserve it. It is a supremely high quality item. It's got the extra point for variety as well, because you could have got different kinds, and it gets the point for exclusivity because it is a Loot Crate exclusive. It's got all the hallmarks of a perfect item for one of these boxes. It gets the score of 10. Ultimately, the Loot Crate box itself gets a pretty average score of 39, which is, really good. It's one of the standard scores for a good box, essentially. So really good all round, and it gets that sort of 39 because of the smaller number of items in there. The same problem is with Geek Fuel here. The smaller number of items, it's always harder to get the higher scores, even if the quality of the items are really good. So that's something to keep in mind about my ratings, obviously. But yeah, Loot Crate had a great item in particular, and then a relatively decent score. The same with Geek Fuel. They had a great item with the Elixir lamp, and then a pretty standard score again. So, you know, good stuff all around from both these two boxes first of all, and those are the two that I would probably recommend over anything else for consistently good stuff week after week after week. But I would also say now Super Geek Box is in that list as well, because with the new format, the new way of giving boxes, bigger boxes and things like that, they are definitely one of the top ones now. With the amount of items that you see here, they get extra points because they had the variety, they had some exclusivity as well, and they were all high quality stuff. Ultimately, a score of 40 is the highest score that we'll see all this month from any of the boxes. So very, very well done to Super Geek Box there. Wootbox, again, it's the same sort of thing with Wootbox. They very rarely change. I mean, if you want a box that has the same sort of stuff in every single week, every single month, sorry, then this is the one to go for, because you basically get a t-shirt, you get one very good item, which obviously that was the Tails plush, and then you get 3 sort of filler items, and that's pretty much how it is every single month. If you go back and look at the previous videos, it's exactly the same, and ultimately the scores that the Wootboxers get aren't all that great, only a score of 32, but still, as I always say, anything over a score of 30 is worth your money. Now with Wootbox, again a smaller number of items, and funnily enough, the every single box this month has had 6 items in, apart from 2 which had 7. So very, very similar, all the boxes. So we're getting a sort of like for like comparison based on the quality of the items as well that are in there. Yeah, some good items from Wootbox. Once again, a really good t-shirt as well. I particularly liked it, and a score of 38. Very, very good, and we'll actually see some very close scores at the top of the table ultimately when we do the last few boxes. On to Launch Box, and this is something that I always have to point out. The prices for these boxes are in the bottom left hand corner for each of this for this entire part of the video, and Launch Box is a little bit more expensive than the other boxes. So if you have to think about the monetary aspect, it isn't the one that I would recommend in that respect, but from the items and the things that we've seen from Launchbox, they are good quality items, and ultimately the score that it gets of 39 matches Loot Crate, only one behind Super Geek Box, and like I said, they're all very close at the top of the list this month, but it is a little bit more expensive to get that same score. When we come on to ZBOX, again a smaller number of items, and like I said, that's the same sort of thing that I've seen across all the boxes this month. We haven't seen any that have had a lot of items like we used to get, and all of these are pretty far from the score record, which you'll see at the very end as well, of 48 from Geek Fuel back in May 2016. We don't seem to get those very high scoring boxes anymore. I don't know why that is, but it's just how it's gone. And you know, certainly things that are over 40 or significantly over 40 we're not seeing. A score of 33 for ZBOX, not too bad, not fantastic, but at least it's still, you know, over that 30 barrier, which the My Geek Box this month this month is as well. It has redeemed itself. It is a cheaper box for the most part than the others by a couple of pounds, a couple of dollars, and it is not as good, I would say, as the other boxes. It certainly doesn't have all the added features that you get from the other boxes, the magazine, the nice box itself, but you know, the items aren't too bad. It only gets a score of 30, which isn't that great, but at least it's still, you know, hitting that 30 barrier, which it certainly hasn't done in the past. Finally, the new one, Gamer Block, Nerd Block, whichever one you want to call it, Nerd Block being the original, Gamer Block being the variant that I'm trying here. Again, I would say a good variety of items in this one. I don't really get why we got that VR headset. To me, that seems totally useless, but a really nice t-shirt, really other items really good, a good variety of things as well, and a score of 38, again in that top sort of area of scores that we've seen this month. And then as you'll see at the very end, as we go to the transition, the scores are very close, certainly with the top 5 only being separated by 2 points. Any ties in scores are separated by which is the cheapest, getting the higher position, but ultimately Super Geek Box does get the top spot, and a quite interesting and good month overall to finish the subscription box videos off in style, I guess you could say. And that is it. That is the final unboxing video ever for this series. Let me explain a little bit about why that is and what the future is going to hold for unboxing of these sort of subscription boxes to do with me. Basically, this was more effort than it was worth, essentially. In the end, it became... I lost interest in doing it in terms of, you know, the items that we were seeing, the same sort of items all the time. And I personally lost interest in, you know, every now and then we get something new and it would be fresh and interesting. But most of the time it would be the same sort of stuff. And there was so many boxes and so much stuff that eventually I just got sick of it, and it came to the point where you probably noticed from maybe this year onwards or even before that, it took longer and longer to get each month out. And that's just because it took so long to firstly record all this and unbox them all and then do the reviews and ratings at the end, and it takes a long time to then edit the video that you've just seen and all the ratings after that, and then, you know, sort through all the masses of stuff that we get from the boxes. It was just getting too much, and I would rather spend given that these are probably the least watched videos on my channel and take one of the largest amounts of time, I would rather spend that time a lot better making content that I kind of want to make. So I decided that it was time to end these review videos because it was just getting too much. So this is the final episode of this series, and it is nice that we finished in such a way that we've, you know, reviewed more boxes than we ever have done in a single video before, and one of every single box that we've ever reviewed. So it was a nice way to finish, but it's not necessarily going to be the end of unboxing stuff at all. I'm still going to be getting some of the boxes, not all of them every month, but some of the boxes I'm still going to be getting. For say the Loot Crate, for example, I'm actually taking this opportunity to switch over to the gaming edition of the Loot Crate rather than just the standard one. We're still going to be getting a few other boxes of people, of the box companies that still want to send them to me, and it's going to be a little bit more of a chilled out approach. I'm going to be unboxing them on streams. Maybe that footage will go up on my second channel. Not going to be doing the in-depth review style videos for the items that I've been doing now. You know, promote them in a way that I can still give my thoughts on the items and still tell you what I think about them, but not in such a way that it takes forever and takes such a long time like it does to make these in-depth videos, especially when there's, you know, 9 boxes in 1 month. It takes a lot of time and a lot of work, and it's just not worth the effort that is required to put into that when I could be spending it doing other things. So, you know, they might pop up on streams every now and then, and on the second channel, unboxing various different videos and getting different items. But like I say, it's going to be a little bit more chilled out because doing it in such a format like this, in the review style format that I do, has just gotten too much, and I'd just rather spend the time doing other things. So hopefully for those of you who do watch these videos and enjoy them, it's not too much of a disappointment. I understand that it's probably not very many people that only watch these videos, but maybe there are a few people out there. I hope you've enjoyed the series, and I hope you've enjoyed seeing me unbox these and get better, I think, at unboxing these from the very start. If you go back and look at the very first video of unboxing just that one Loot Crate box that took me over 20 minutes to do, to now where I'm unboxing 9 boxes and doing the reviews for all of them. We've come a long way in this series, and hopefully you guys have enjoyed watching that process and seeing some cool items. Maybe we'll see them in the future on streams as well. But as for this series, that is going to be it. Thank you all, as always, so much for watching. I really do appreciate it, and I'll see you next time.